Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Let me just polish off this camera real quick. Hope that's a little better. It's not the best camera on this laptop. Just want to jump on and do some readings available for $2 a minute. So let me write that in the chat box. Pin that. And then we're using the super deck. So I'm going to shuffle that up. I haven't used the super deck in a minute. I'm just going to pull some general energies for the creative collective unconscious. We'll see if anything interesting comes out. We'll split this super deck in half. Been using the Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zellner. And it is non-traditional Rider-Waite tarot imagery. But I think it's just kind of interesting because it has its own symbology and its own imagery. So it'll be interesting to get my eyes on these traditional tarot cards. Go back to the old school method of getting my eyes on these tarot cards. Just want to get this shuffled nice and good because it's a super deck. It's two tarot decks put together. Okay, you got the Emperor in the reverse, Eight of Cup in the upright, walking away. I want it to flip out there. Let's see. Get one more mix match. We'll see. There's a feeling of it could be disempowered or let's see. Unacknowledged, possibly. Not acknowledging a divine masculine, someone walking away. It's interesting with the Eight of Cups because the Eight of Cups, to me, in this context, represents finality, two cups away from finality. So if you're feeling like giving up or losing hope or walking away, it feels as though that it's saying like, hang on there, you know. Let's see if anything wants to come out here. Okay. And then if anyone wants a reading, we could take live calls. I'm signed on to my networks. Eight of Pentacles in the upright. This is an energy of working on craftsmanship, something that requires time and skill. I almost wonder if the cards are suggesting that you're disempowering yourself by um, going to work as much or as hard. Because the Eight of Cups seems to be walking to the Eight of Pentacles. So it makes me wonder if that's the case. Almost as if they're saying, don't get off your throne. Three of Cups in the upright is celebration. Could be that the energies are wanting you to celebrate instead of feel as though that you have to go off to work. If that makes sense. You might want to think about what celebration is to you or how you can do that. Six of Pentacles could be being shortchanged, not giving your fair value. It's like working while others are celebrating, possibly. Whereas you might be more concerned about Pentacles. And as I say that, the Two of Pentacles comes out. You might feel like you're out of divine timing, or life is not being fair, or you can't manifest that which you want. Could be thinking of ways to put yourself in a position to generate income. I wonder if others criticize your methods, but that should be of no matter to you. Drinking this like a cigarette. Okay. I might fucking share this live stream. If I could, then I would share this live stream with you. So funny. Pardon as I started drinking like this. If I could, then I would. Facebook is so fucking clunky and un-American. If I could. It's like, what? I'm trying to share my Facebook page, but it's being clunky and un-American. I'm gonna try to share this again on my. Oh, if I could. The novel. Okay, so I think that went through. Okay, let's continue along our story tonight as we venture into. Actually, let's post this. Readings tarot, astrology, horoscope, zodiac, spirit. If I could, then I would. I'm gonna just keep on singing that song. Come on, bitch. It's you versus me, motherfucker. You gonna shut it? Join the Slam. The accuser. The accuser of the brethren. Fucking accuser. You do need my help. If you've never seen that video, I implore you to go watch it. It's just real funny. You fucking accuser. You do need my help. Okay, so what we were talking about. Carefree energy with the full card in the upright. Also, like projecting. Sometimes you need to like fill the void, the space of doubt. So you got to be like, I look good, I feel good, like everything's banging on all cylinders. It's like if you have like a screenplay, sometimes you just need some dialogue there. That's what that feels like here with this new fresh start. Like you have to start projecting into your environment, into your consciousness, banging on all cylinders. I'm going to do this. I feel good about it. That's what the Fool card is, especially in the backdrop of the King of Cup in the upright, where like these people are behind you as you try to do what you're trying to do. Now, I think that the human experience is interesting to the extent that I think that we feel as though that it requires something, but I think it just requires the intention and then kind of like a flip over mode, right? And then that becomes like a mood, right? So you do something for like 15 minutes and your brain catches on, and then now whatever you're doing becomes like love making, is what I call it. You know, it could be secular, platonic, but it's like, you know, you're really like, you know, greasing that wheel and you're in the groove as you're doing what you're doing. Because the Fool card here definitely has an air about it. It has a spirit about it. It has a modality about it, a mood, a method to it. It is a carefree feeling here. It's like you're doing your duties and your tasks and your responsibilities, but you're having a fun time as you do it. I almost wonder if I should go live stream on Instagram as I do this. Shout out to TikTok, by the way. Follow me on TikTok. Help me go. Help me get followers. I think it's like I saw a dope ass episode of Tinfoil Hat. I just opened up my TikTok and it reminded me number 630. What? See, the ideal is if I could have however X many amounts of followers on the TikTok, then I could do a live stream there. And that would be fire, dope, cool, 100%. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I can't do that because I don't got. Wait, actually, let me see how many followers I got. 582. I think you need like 1,000 to go live or something, which is crazy because you see all these dimwits going live on TikTok. They don't want people who actually have shit to say to go live. They just want all these dimwits. If I could, then I would. I'll go live on Instagram now. Just for shits and giggles, eh? What's up, guys? Just going live on Instagram, simulcasting with the YouTube, just for shits and giggles, doing $2 a minute readings if you guys are interested. If I could. So yeah, we just started doing some cards just now, and we're kind of in the middle of a narrative of a story. So we left off with the Fool card in the upright. This is kind of like a carefree attitude, speaking a lot to the energy of this kind of new beginning type feel with the Fool card. Also offering $2 a minute readings if you're interested, public or private. Like I said, simulcasting on the YouTube. Just kind of pulling general narrative energies for the collective. So the Fool card is moving right into the Tower energy. And the Tower is about sudden change. I don't read it as negative right off the bat. I read it as exciting and interesting. So, yeah. And what's exciting and interesting about it is that the energy of the Fool card, we spoke to it just now a second ago before I went live stream on Instagram. The energy of the Fool card is of someone that's coming from a place of kind of being like really like in the groove of how they're moving and where they're going and what they're doing and what their mindset is on. So to me, this is kind of like more of an era of things falling in place, having divine grace and guidance at your back, at your disposal. This is a sudden change of the landscape. I think that the knee jerk reaction is to want to read it as calamitous, but I don't think that it is. Calamitous, by the way, sounds like an evil boss that you have to beat at the end of a Super Mario game. It's calamitous crap. Nine of Swords in the upright. This is worrying, overthinking. Someone could be concerned of like sudden disaster overcoming you. Could be a maternal figure with the Nine of Swords in the upright. Calamitous clown. Could be a clown too. Let's see the High Priestess. Just picking up on these energies. Like I said, guys, $2 a minute readings if you're interested. Simulcasting on the YouTube. Just pulling general energies for the collective. Right now, we're picking up an energy of someone's concerned and worried that something calamitous will happen, something drastic or dire. But I'm not getting that it's warranted. Although the Ten of Swords in the upright, this backstab energy. The kind of placement is significant to me because, so from my perspective, the Ten of Swords is under the Fool card in the upright. Been there, done that. It's almost as if, like, not to sound like dramatic, but it's like, what was I watching? I was watching Batman the other day, the original one from 1989, and he was fighting the Joker, Jack Nicholson, and the Joker. Or no, who was it? Someone was like, "I've died before, so I'm not worried about it." I think it was Jack Nicklaus's Joker. So on the one hand, you have this kind of maternal, almost motherly or sisterly figure concerned, but it's almost as if, like, you know, they don't know that you are, XYZ. They don't know that, and I'm not talking about your pronouns. I'm talking about, like, without saying it, I don't want to say it like this, but it's like, because it sounds so trite, but it's like they don't know. Um, I'll say it like this: that you're moving with spirit, or something like that. The ego way of saying it is like they don't know that you're fucking Spider Man. Like they don't know that you're fucking Batman. To continue this analogy that I was referencing, but you're moving with spirit. You know what I'm saying? And you've already had your deaths and your rebirths here. Um, but I do see a lot of people concerned. I do see a lot of people concerned. The tower card in the upright. I guess I'd want to dig in to find a little bit more about what that's about. Traditionally, it represents sudden change. Um, but again, it doesn't have to be negative. To me, it's exciting and positive because I think that you are, if this, hopefully, this is resonating with someone, um, then um, you are moving, like I said, with kind of spirit. Um, and again, that sounds kind of very trite, but for lack of a better way of putting it. Um, let's see. Anything else with this tower card in the anything else with this tower card? In the moment just came out of my mouth, like Freudian slip. So I think that's Spirit wanted me to say that. In the moment, you're in the moment, and that's bringing with you this kind of, like, you're tapped into. I like to call it the quantum. Um, let's see. Anything else about this tower card here, Spirit? What is this sudden change? Again, I always err on the side of positivity. I don't think it's going to be a negative thing. Okay, the Four of Wands in the upright. This is an air of union. This is an air of marriage traditionally. Get my Rambo vibe going on. This Instagram live is not flattering in the least. I get to get away with it a little bit um, on the YouTube, but man, fuck it, this Instagram live is unforgiving. Kind of want to see if there is like a filter I could put on because this shit was crazy looking. Just like a basic filter where I could just not look crazy. Oh, and put the snow in the background. How about that? Okay. I see you. But this little weather outside is. You could tell that I don't use Or another filter that I would like to use. Whatever the weather says. Mr. Freeze. Got this California dude. I do not like how this looks. On the YouTube stream, it looks way like, but dude, fucking this shit is crazy looking. I wonder also if it's because I need to have it like in a higher position. If that would be better. Then I gotta like put a book down, and then if I have to type, hopefully this will. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work, folks. Is that a little better? Maybe I could lower my chair a little bit. Those are more favorable if I'm higher. Okay. Just don't like the lighting. I don't like. Maybe let me bring this lamp a little bit closer. Instagram Live did me dirty, dude. It is not a flattering camera, and it's probably my phone too. Is there a better filter? Come on, check these filters. Oh my god. Do this one. Now I gotta check these filters. What's this one? No, come on. That one just looks like a regular ass. All right, I'll get used to it. So, okay, this is actually kind of interesting because now we have the Tower moment. The sudden change here is the Four of Wands, and that's actually like crossing a finish line of sorts, which is kind of interesting. The Tower, as explained by the Four of Wands in the upright, this is a union celebration. Traditionally, it's marriage. Divine intervention, divine union, divine. The Four of Wands in the upright could be also consistent action. Anything else is to this? This is kind of interesting. Sudden change, divinely intervened or guided sudden change. leading to like a finish line or a victory or a union or something of this nature. It feels like it's putting you in the position that you need to be in, if that makes any sense. You know? Let's see. Coming out of heartbreak. New action, new incentive, new initiative. Something is not illuminated. It will be illuminated possibly during the next full moon or something that you're working up to. In regards to family, friends, something from the past, nostalgia. Something not moving forward. Someone's at a decision about ending a certain amount of effort or work. It feels like it's saying that, like, you made it to where you need to, or you made it to a certain checkpoint. Could be symbolic of the end of the year as well. If I could, then I would. Because it feels like you're crossing a threshold, which is going to bring with it its own um, kind of, how would you say, um, if I could. It's bringing its own. Yeah, because the Ace of Wands is something new, and then the Ten of Wands is something ending here, and both of them are out here. But you had to put down a certain amount of effort or labor. Tower card in the Emperor. It's very interesting because, like, we start to talk about the realms of, like, what do you receive credit for versus what does spirit receive credit for, because it's like, in some sense, it's putting you in the right place at the right time always. So even when you fall into success, that's because of spirit, I think, has your back. So what at what point, do you get credit or spirit? Nonetheless, Four of Wands, it feels like it's crossing a threshold. I do want to get a tissue from my nose. Feels like it's crossing a threshold. Just put all my hair on this shit. And with it is its own kind of, what I say, like, new chapter or new, because the Ace of Wands is something that's being handed to you. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it makes me feel as though that, okay, you've crossed one finish line, and then now you're being handed the Ace of Wands, um, to pick up and start something new. Right? You're crossing this threshold. You're moving with spirit. Sudden change occurred, and then now you're crossing this threshold. Nose is itching, guys. Scratching the inside of my nose. probably made a decision to work smarter, not harder, or to work in a certain way, certain methodology. Anything else about this tower card? This tower card is like what? Because typically it refers to institutions, mainstays, staples in your day to day that are now changed. Like, and that's not nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something small. You know. I can't get over how unforgiving this Instagram live stream camera is. Anyway, you're fucker. Let's see. Yeah, what is this? Because okay, so if we're abiding by the whole kind of like this is a mainstay in your life, work, home. Can you speak to that spirit, or am I like just looking into it too deeply? Sudden change of like something that's 10 of Pentacles in the upright. So it does reference like a household. I'm not mad at the 10 of Pentacles. I'm not mad at the 10 of Pentacles. I'm wondering if I adjust my lighting, will this look better? Okay, it looks a little better. Yeah, I can vibe with that. This guy I can tie this back with. So it could be sudden change to where you're living, sudden change to your family home, if you're away from home. Um, it could be an upgrade to where, because remember, you had 2 of Pentacles. You were coming out with 2 of Pentacle energy. And we'd been reading not too long ago, and a lot of the energies that were coming through were speaking to like 0 to 100 type. That's what the messages have been saying lately is a lot of like 0 to 100. Sorry guys, I just fucking slapdash. Didn't do my hair like I usually like to. This is the Virgo in me coming through being neurotic, but just ignore me. Let's see. So, um, trying to think what else I'm talking about here. So it feels like a 0 to 100 type situation because you started off with 2 Pentacles, 6 Pentacle. Now sudden change, bam, you're at the 10 of Pentacles. If I could. Does it come across as a living change or situation? feels as though the way I want to say it and interpret it is that it feels as though it's your situation. You are going from 0 to 100, as opposed to I feel as though that an interpretation of it could be I'm traveling light, full card in the upright. Um, you know, feels more so like a success breakthrough and less of like a moving relocation, because that would be like Six of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Three of Pentacles. Although the full card traveling lightly can insinuate like selling everything off and then just switching and changing, but I'm just not getting that really. Like I said, it feels like you are moving from 0 to 100, like your circumstance changes like that. And this like minor adjustment leads you to making more progress than you were before. If that makes sense. Okay, I'm not mad at that filter. It looks way more forgiving. I'll say that. That's just insane. Okay, I think I found my filter. I can live with it. Okay, so let's see what else wants to come out of here. Anything else, Barry? Let me know if I'm on board, if I'm on track, if I'm right, if I'm wrong. Because it feels like your house is blessed or being blessed suddenly. How did they make it? Is what I would say, I guess. Because we're using some of the same imagery here with the figures in the Tower card and the figures in the Four of Wands. But it's like night and day, but they're okay. And it feels like they're welcoming, like while they were going through a tower moment, you were doing your carefree thing, until they're able to welcome you. It can be different characters as well. But let me know, Spirit, if I'm onto something or if I'm off of something. The initial interpretation was a tower event happened in your day-to-day mainstays and staples, institutions, work, school, what have you. And then you went from 0 to 100 to a 10 of pentacle, cross the threshold, the finish line, to have a new method of action. I wanted to say form of action, but or a new way, almost as if you made just like a minor adjustment that leads to this kind of 0 to 100 10 of pentacle transformation. It comes by working smarter, not harder. Spirit, let me know if I'm onto something here. Coming out of the Three of Cups in the reverse, third party situation, could be in the next 3 weeks, could be narrowing to a Two of Cup in the upright. Queen of Wands presence is here. Could be taking more of a Queen of Wands stance or posture. Very interesting, the juxtaposition from Fool card to Queen of Wands in the upright. One has a cat, one has a white dog. You know? What's in the sack? Ooh. Three of Swords in the upright. You've been carrying this with you in your little sack, boy. You carrying heartbreaking old sack, boy. Pause. No pun intended. Wow. It's almost as if you're looking back at how far you've come, too. Wow. Definite transformation. Is there anything missing with this interpretation of Tower clarified to the Ten of Pentacles? Because it almost feels as though that, like, your house is being, like, instantaneously transformed or blessed up. Like, I wonder if this is not the aftermath of, you see similar imagery here. See the crown being knocked off the head of the tower. And you see in this background, the tower doesn't have the crown anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if there's something to that. And yet she has the crown. She's overseeing him. There's just like a lot of wordplay and gameplay here, I feel. But it has to do with your transformation. And like how far you've come. Keep on hearing like there's a blessing in this house type. So keep on hearing. Okay, anything else here, Spirit, that I'm missing? I mean, can we talk about the Ten of Pentacles? Because the Ten of Pentacles is like security, foundational legacy, like we'll talk more about brass tacks. King of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Sword in the upright, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So it's almost as if that you're getting like the spiritual victories before the physical. But the swords come right before the pentacles. So I do think that there's like a hand of like divine timing because look at now the Ace of Swords is giving you the crown. So it's almost as if it's giving you because you've endured King of Pentacle in reverse, Seven of Pentacle in reverse, and now you're being rewarded. It feels like this kind of crown that was like that was like knocked off before or something like this. Now you're being given it back somehow. Because before it was like a false crown. Or it wasn't like learned or experienced. But now you're giving it back. Anything else here, Spit? Or am I just tripping? There's a lesson. Yeah, Nine of Cups in the reverse, you weren't experienced. Three Pentacles in the upright, invested in, household. Some card in the reverse leading to the Ten of Cups in the upright. What's that about? Walking away. I guess someone walked away because they weren't happy. They went to where they would be more happy, I guess. Okay. What about it? Divine feminine, divine masculine kind of interplay here. You know, we're talking about archetypes. But I think spirit is showing your past of what you've been through. Right. Yeah, whatever like was lost or whatever you had to come out of, it allowed you to retain your freedom and your growth and your expansion. Okay, but that person ran into their own conflicts. And then now that Empress is like just coming out of nowhere, coming through. Depth not manifested, open heart, inner knowing, still missing. Someone could still be missing you, possibly, or you could be missing them. You may have known that they were a very special person in your life, or you held them in high regard. could still be kind of hanging around. I wonder if they resent you for taking like a higher road or something like that. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think that you will, like, all of this will pay off. What you're having to kind of go through and experience. That's how it's coming across. Coming out of worry, reconnecting with soulmates, nostalgia, the past, having time to do so and grow what it is that you care about, finding stability in your own accord, in your own regard, going out, experiencing life. Learning about not giving emotional value to people that don't deserve it, possibly. Could be finding your own kind of matrix of orthodoxy or belief system. You're fighting for certain beliefs that you have. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Oh, I see a lover's connection with the Queen of Pentacles here. Anything more about this, Spirit? This is Sagittarius Capricorn energy. Are we pulling that person in around that time frame? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This could be leaving Sagittarius season. Is that correct, Spirit? The World card in reverse. Something incomplete. This could be leaving Capricorn season. Could be near home. Fighting for something or sticking to your guns, and then a Queen of Pentacle comes through with the Lover's card. No travel, no change, maybe close to home. Coming out of the Sagittarius Capricorn season. It's so crazy that Sagittarius and Capricorn came through after the Queen of Pentacle in the upright, which is Sagittarius Capricorn. Something incomplete, unfinished. I don't know. Because my first blush was that like you're pulling in this lover's connection. She could be a Capricorn Sagittarius, or it could be during Sagittarius Capricorn season. Spirit, you want to tell us? Moon card in the reverse. Two of Wands in the reverse. You could not see it. Ace of Wands, something new. Rebirth. Burn reverse. Taurus, Gemini, rushing through. Justice. Two of Cups. Okay. So it could be saying don't try to rekindle something with someone from the past. If they do come rushing through. Putting down the fight. Freedom. This. So it could be that you're not fighting for the old relationship that you once fought for. Or you're more so focused on yourself. Also realizing how you may have been disempowered in past relationships, learning from that moving forward is what I'm getting here. Let's see. Could hear from a Queen of Swords in the upright. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a lot of like hearing from someone from the past. I mean, but you seem to be in your element. What the fuck? I mean, it could brighten your day, to say the least. Hearing from this person. But it feels as though the cards are like saying like don't take the bait or watch out because this person is still the same person. I could see the Empress is out here now too. So that could be a better match for you. Non-gender specific. Yeah. These cards are crazy, man. Yeah. I mean, to put it in simple terms, it's almost as if you are being asked to avoid someone from the past. And it's almost as if, like, sure enough, both of these offers are going to come back at the same time. And if I had to put it in layman's terms, it would be like, don't go back, keep moving forward. Um, and if you are in a period of time where you feel like you've been waiting for a while, then it's worth the wait, is what the cards are saying. I gotta take a look. But yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in a one-on-one reading, private or public. $2 a minute is the special tonight. You don't have to spend a whole um, not like a whole wad of cash. You could, I mean, we could get a lot done in like, whatever, just a couple of minutes. Or if you're interested in a long form reading, we could do that too. But I'll be right back. Thanks for the thumbs up. Let's see. Scenic Adventures. I'm interested in a reading. I love this. So happy I came across this. I have not seen anyone do this. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, let me know. Sorry if I left your comment hanging there without being read. I didn't notice if anyone commented, but I'm glad I caught it. Let me know if you're interested in a reading. It looks like it's just me and you in the chat room, so it's not like people are going to be all up in your business. We could do it here, or we could do it over the phone, whatever you're interested. I'm going to take a quick little bathroom break. Give me like 5 seconds. If you're interested in a reading, just let me know like how long. About like I said, I'm only charging like $2 a minute is my rate. So, but give me 1 second. Okay, back. Okay, so yeah, let me know if you're interested in a live reading. For the purposes of the of a one-on-one reading, I'm going to use the Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zellner. It's just a little bit more practical. Instead of using the super deck, which is two tarot decks put together. I'm also simulcasting on the phone here on Instagram. So if you see me looking this way, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, great. Yeah, thank you, Scenic Adventures. I appreciate that. I love the patronage. Can't do this without you guys. This channel's been going strong for a couple years now, in and out, moving with the energies. Get this deck nice and shuffled. I might shut off the live stream on the Instagram. So I could conserve phone battery. Woo woo. Why did they just give me that? So with Cash App, let's see. My Cash App is, I'll write it down for you. So there's usually a user tag name that you have to find. Mine is PV4711. And if you search that name, you'll find my profile. And then you should be able to I think you go to the $sign and then you hit pay. And then I think it pops up a search bar where you could search someone's name. And then you put in that name that I just typed there in the box, and then you should be able to find me. The picture is Jon Snow in the background. Oh, sweet. Okay, I just received that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so we can go about it however you'd like. Yes, I did just receive 60. Thank you so much. So, yeah, we got a nice amount of time. That gives us at least like a half an hour. I like to, um, go over if needed, but I really just want the person to, feel like they're getting their questions answered. So, um, what I normally like to do is ask if you have a question that you want to start with, a scenario, or if you just want to see what general energies come out for you. We could do that too, however you'd like to go about it. Um, let me know. And I'm just going to keep on picking up the energies and shuffling. Again, we are reading for Scenic Adventures. Let me know if there's a specific question. You could type it in the chat box, or a specific category of life. Like I said, let me know. Okay, wondering about job and relationship, whatever comes out. Okay, let's see. So as far as job, is there anything specific that you're wondering about? Is there a specific problem? We can start with job. If it's something specific, then we can just see what comes out. So let's see. Let's get one last shuffle. We'll start pulling for job. Okay, so the first card to come out for job, and again, feel free to type anything if you have a specific question, but we have the Four of Cups in the reverse. This is how it looks in the upright. This is the Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zellner. But in the reverse position, so this is about, I read this as like an open-heartedness. You're open, the cups represent emotionality. I see a receptivity, a receptiveness, as opposed to in the upright, that's more of like a protective posture, protecting your heart. But at the moment, I see an openness emotionally. Am I going to be able to count on my job? I work at a staffing agency through a staffing agency. I mean, I'm hoping to get my hire in. Count on my job. I'm hoping to get my hire in. So can you just clarify that sentence a little bit, just so I have some clarity? You said you're hoping to get your hire in, and I'm just not too sure in the context of the rest of that sentence what it means, because the sentence before it was a little bit unclear. I got the count on my job part. Am I going to be able to count on my job? But then the other sentence, I'm not clear. I work at a staffing agency through a staffing agency. Okay, so you work at a staffing agency that you're placed at through a staffing agency? Okay, you're at a factory. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. You're hoping to get hired through the factory once your hours are satisfied. Yeah, I mean, the Ace of Wands in the upright comes after the Four of Cups, and that very much so feels like you're being handed this opportunity. Okay, so this is you, what you just described. You like it, you enjoy it, you're open hearted to it. And then the Ace of Wands in the upright. Aces are about new beginnings, and this wand here represents action. And this could be obviously, what you have in mind as far as your desires. So you're being handed this new action. So to me, that does read and come across as a new opportunity. Let's see if there's anything else that comes through here. And depending on when your hours are satisfied, the cups represent weeks in the tarot. So 4 cups in the reverse, that could also reference 4 weeks time. So again, depending on like when your hours are satisfied, that could even suggest that there's an opportunity in the next 4 weeks. Again, you want to like contextualize it to get a better understanding. Um, the other time interpretation I have is the Ace of Wands in the upright. The wands are fire signs, and the next closest fire sign season that we're in is Sagittarius. Um, that's going to start around November 23rd, and it lasts until I want to say like December 22nd. So you could find very well that in that window of time is when you are handed this new opportunity. Um, and that's not too far off from, again, the other time frame that I have, the Four of Cups, within the next 4 weeks. So that's going to bring us around December 15th, which is, again, well within Sagittarius season. Um, let's see. Anything else here, Spirit? Anything else here about the job? King of Cups in the upright. Oh, okay. December 7th is your 90 days. Okay. I like that. That fits spot on. Time frame, actually. Why is this King of Cups in the upright here? Why is this King of Cups in the upright? I'm wondering, is there like a masculine energy, like a higher up that you might work for? Because I see this King of Cups in the upright, and that's typically like a masculine. It could be an authority figure, a manager, something like that. Yeah, and like full disclosure, the Death card came out here, and that's about endings. And I think that that's like the ending of your 90-day contract. Um, but it's very interesting because it's like, on the one hand, I think what we're picking up on is maybe it is that you feel like sad or concerned about this ending, but then it's such a quick turnaround because remember, this came out first. So it's almost as if like these are the energies of you maybe being concerned, but then it's like not to worry, bam, you get offered that Ace of Wands right off the bat. And then this King of Cup energy is overseeing it. And it feels as though that it's like overseeing this, and this is where this offer comes from. That's why I'm asking if there's a hiring manager or someone like that. Typically, and I don't expect you to know the zodiac sign of your manager or supervisor or whoever's in charge of giving you this offer, but this is typically Libra and Scorpio zodiac sign person. But if not, it's still a masculine authority. And then the imagery is interesting as well because you see it's a lot of like, out of the blue cloud in the sky, and that's very much so represented here. So it's like this imaginary eye, this imaginary belongs to this imaginary hand. It's that same that's giving you that offer. So yeah, I think we're right on point here. I think we're right on point. Um, yeah, I don't mean to like, overkill on the answer, but I just think it's interesting, like all the little connections and the symbolisms that the cards want to give. But yeah, I could keep on, talking about this, or if you have another question, um, or if you want more about this topic. I know you mentioned relationship. Um, so let me know if you want to shift gears to relationship. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, to me, that came out very accurate. That came out very accurate. So let me know, Scenic Adventures, you want to shift gears to relationship. Thanks again so much for Cash App payment. I received it. As far as relationship, am I going to marry this guy? Can I trust him? Let's take a look. See if we see marriage. Let's see. One second. Let's go with the trust part first. We'll see if anything comes out for trust. Trust has been coming up as a topic of late in the readings. To me, I always say that trust is a form of love. And it comes across as if it should be given until, there's a reason not to give it. Meaning you shouldn't preemptively be in a state of apprehension or not trusting, someone. It's like, when you're in school and you start the year off with an A. Everyone has an A. You just have to maintain it, The Hermit card is coming out here first and foremost. Again, we're looking at issues of trust or matters of trust. This is looking outside of yourself. The Ace of Cup in the upright. This is emotion. This is emotional peace, solace. This is actually a very good sign to come out here because, again, the Hermit represents looking outside of yourself, non-gender specific. I mean, don't worry that it looks like an old man, but it's looking at this Ace of Cup, this cup of love, essentially. And also, it brings about this kind of sentiment of like peace and solace, comfort. And look at this. Six of Cups in the upright. This is about friendship. This is about, trust, quite literally. This is about the innocence behind being able to trust someone. This is having friendship as a foundation. So to me, all signs are green light right now as far as the trust is concerned. Yeah. So it almost feels as though that the cards are saying you could put down your concerns. You could put down your concerns if you had concerns about a third party situation. You could put down your concerns in regards to that. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. You've got reasons to be hesitant. He's been prioritizing other women. Yeah, it comes across as that's over with. I mean, the Ten of Wands in the upright is like an ending. And then the Three of Cups is almost quite literally saying it's an ending. 10 of Wands in the upright. Tens are about ending. It's an ending to this. Three of Cup, which is a third party situation, which is being involved with, let's be honest, or talking to or giving attention to another party. But like I said, we had such positivity come out for the trust aspect that to me, this is like, saying like it's all good, you know, the past is the past. Let's kind of move forward. That kind of innocence, that youthful innocence is still there, you know. As far as matters of marriage, now that's the kind of interesting one. Um, let's see what comes out for that. Now you do have this Four of Pentacles here, which is always a stable foundation, and I always say that the Six of Cups is also a stable foundation because it means that this person is also your friend. There is still that kind of innocence there, or at least it's able to be salvaged from the point of not being able to, you know, trust without hesitation. Yeah, this is like holding on to the past burdens. The Nine of Wands asks you to put down the baggage, leave the past behind. And then the Ten of Pentacles is probably what's being challenged, which is family, legacy. This is how it looks in the upright. This represents long-term cornerstones to build family and legacy. But let's see if the actual marriage card comes out here. Spirit, we're asking about marriage. Oh, look at that. Coming out. There's two versions of this card in the deck, right? So this is very good to see. This one's in black and white. This one's obviously colored. So this came out in the reverse. So to me, it says that you will be able to put the baggage down and move forward, which is good. It's great. Yeah, I think this person is deciding to go on the straight and narrow. Yeah, I do see marriage here. The Hierophant in the upright. This is that marriage card. This is about union, committal. There's a ring imagery here. I don't know if you can see it here at the light. So this is Nine of Swords in the reverse, coming out of worry, coming out of overthinking, focused on positive, constructive action, maybe even working on the relationship, working on the past moments of or bouts of unhappiness. But I think that this is coming out of a decision, and this is to be on the straight and narrow. This is healthy expressions of energy, of action. Whereas if it came out in the upright, I would be concerned because this is actually the energy of like a player. This is an energy of someone who's non-committal. Okay, this is the Knight of Wands. This is Sagittarius, Scorpio energy famously. But the Two of Swords in the reverse is coming to a decision, coming to a conclusion I'm going to have in the reverse the Knight of Wands and in the reverse is healthy expressions of action. Right. So I'm not going to be a player. I'm not going to be, moving incorrectly. So to me, yeah, it's interesting because the cards showed a lot about what was keeping this, and don't let the imagery, paint the kind of worst possible scenario, but it could have quite literally been that he was having this, I don't know if you want to call it a temptation or a distraction, but get in the way of this growing, which is in this context your relationship. The Seven of Pentacles represents longevity, going the distance. So he could have just been getting in his own way and being a bit of a knucklehead, which people, are at times. But in the face of, losing this connection with you, this relationship with you, and it's so interesting because it's the imagery of the crow or the raven here, right? This is being even he was possibly getting bogged down by whatever nonsense from the past. And it's just so fitting that the marriage card, there's 2 different marriage cards in this deck, but it's fitting that this one came out because it is the bird imagery, right? So, and you see the 2 birds are together. So, yeah, to me, I mean, again, not to overkill on the answer, but I just like to be able to like show my work and show my reasoning and show what I see and what I know, just so you know that I'm giving you a straight up answer. But anything else that you wanted to look into? Again, I'm so grateful that I really truly think that like I was meant to sign on here and log on, and sometimes I'll sign on and I'll not like run into anybody, but I really do think that the fates brought us together, and you were so kind enough to make that payment and purchase this reading, and I'm just so grateful. I was hoping that someone would come through because I actually needed it. I was like, too much information, but I was overdrawn on one of my accounts, and I was like, oh my God, it's raining, so I can't go out. I usually do deliveries on the side on my scooter, and I actually was working earlier today. It was raining cats and dogs. But I got such a good offer that I didn't want to turn it down. And it was just raining crazy. But yeah, no, so this kind of worked out. I can't thank you enough, and I can't thank Spirit enough for bringing us together. But please, by all means, if there's any more questions that you have, or if you ever see me on a live stream, feel free to pop on and ask a question. I'd be more than happy to answer it. But if you have any more questions now, please feel free to type them in, write them in. Don't worry, you're not on the clock. But thank you so much. Yeah. I appreciate every subscription, every comment, all that stuff. Yeah, let me take a look for you if anything else wants to come out as far as the cards. Let me just get a clean shuffle. It was so crazy. The last time I had a reading, the last time I did a reading, it was the same day of, I had a job interview that day with the Salvation Army near Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles. And then I had jury duty at noon, like all within like a 2-hour window. And of course, my sleep schedule was upside down. So I had already been up however many hours by the time the morning came in. And at the last second that I could possibly, do any tarot for anyone, one of my clients, she's actually really cool. She's had readings with me before. She's like, hey, can you squeeze me in for a reading? And I'm like barely like going to be able to make it to my interview. because I only had like an hour of window time. Uh, and then sure enough, she wanted to do an hour long reading. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So somehow, some way, things aligned and I was able to do the hour long reading, then go do the interview, then do jury duty. It's just crazy how like opportunities they try to squeeze their way in and wedge their way in, and you just kind of got to jump on board. You can't really mince opportunities at that point. So it was really cool. I was happy I did it. We had a great reading. See if anything else comes out here. Spirit for Scenic Adventures. Thank you so much for your time as well, Scenic Adventures. Let's see what comes out here. Yeah, that Nine of Wands is just coming out thematically. I mean, I don't want to feed a fed horse, but it's just kind of like putting down anything that you've been carrying, any hesitance, any reticence of, I think it's pointing to the question of like, should I trust, who I'm with and all that. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Again, the reason I'm saying that is because, again, this card came out again in the reverse. So it's tracking. It's good to see that. It's consistent. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Any idea why this is in the reverse or the meaning behind this, Spirit? Yeah, to me, I just kind of see this is the other marriage card that came out. I just kind of see this as just kind of underscoring the last message that we had. This is the other marriage card. Remember, I told you there was two. Well, this one came out in the reverse. I think these are like the highlight reels of your concerns. Because these all came out in the reverse. The reversals usually reference internal energy, what you're going through internally. Could be that there's been a lack of being able to grow or expand, lack of growth, the concerns of marriage. But again, that Nine of Wands is like a domino effect. It's like once you move out of that energy, then these feel like the cargo of concerns. Sometimes the cards do that. They show you, what you may have been negatively moving with. But the Ace of Swords in the upright is cutting all of that loose. Again, the ace is about beginnings. And again, we're talking about the mentality here. This is also victory and success. So it is very much so clearing the air, a fresh new start, fresh new beginning, throwing away the old script and just hitting the refresh button, and it's almost as if it's giving you the green light to do so, And then here's you kind of after doing that, you're happily balanced. The Two of Pentacles is about balance. It's about prioritizing your main concerns in life. It's also about balance. This is Capricorn energy, which is about career. So this is being able to have a healthy work-life balance and looking good, feeling good, being healthy while you're doing so. And it's interesting because those are the two kind of questions that you asked today. It's about relationship and work. Very cool. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much just what's coming out here. The Page of Pentacles in the upright, the Lover's card. These are healthy, happy kind of romance cards as well. This is about communication, maybe going out on a date together, keep things fresh and romantic. And then the Lover's card, of course, is just kind of being happily entangled and in love. Really, it's always a good card to see. I don't see anything like coming out of left field as far as just in general, the cards will be good to show me or tell me anything. But this just seems to be more so just kind of spot on about what we've been talking about. It's just kind of underscoring it. So very cool. But that's what I have for you, Scenic Adventures. Like I said, if you have another question, feel free to write that. I'm not worried about the time. Um, but again, thank you so much for yours. I see someone else is in the room. Whoever that other person is, if you're interested in a reading as well. Today's special, we're just doing $2 a minute. So, however much time, if you want a long form, short form, I just did one for Scenic Adventures. They were nice to purchase a reading, so I appreciate you guys for supporting me in this channel. Can't do it without you guys. I don't know if I should be sharing this or not, but that last reading brought me into the positive in my account. So thank you so much. Um, okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, those cards that came out were like point on, like accurate. So I'm really happy that it's always good to have that. Sometimes you get like a lot of confusion. I take a lot of readings for the two websites that I read for, and sometimes you get like these phone call readings, and it's like, you know, one of the things I like about it is that like you have to think on your feet, but when you've been doing it so long, that's not as hard. Sometimes the cards are just finicky. But I usually just attribute that to the fact that like not everyone is supposed to hear everything, that they want to ask. We're not all supposed to hear the answers to the questions that we may want to ask. And I think that the cards are like smart enough or wise enough to know that. And then so at times they like pick and choose when to like not be so clear, which I think is interesting in and of itself. Just looking at my email. Usually my bank gives me like a 24-hour grace period. And again, TMI, sorry if it's too much information, but so I'm just looking for that email. I usually send an email. Yeah. So I should be good. I sent it at like 11 something yesterday, and it's only 9 something today. So just didn't want to be hit with like more fees if you're overdrawn in your bank, and then they just send you more fees and more fees. And it's just like, oh my god. Okay, let's ask Spirit just in general. Anything else for just everyone? I like to call it the creative collective unconscious. Because I really do think that things happen in like these archetype, you know, my story that I'm going through someone else is going through it in a similar fashion. You know, I think one of the strongest examples of that is the stories of like the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So it's like, instances or cycles of where, many people come into relationship and then, they're in a relationship for a while and then they come out of it, you know. I like to think that that happens in these kind of, you know, um, I guess these cycles, you know, these waves of when the masculines and the divine feminines come into encounter with each other. See if anything else wants to come out. Spirit, just for the general creative, collective, unconscious, could be any one of the categories of the 12 zodiac. Just want to know. Let's see if anything interesting comes out. Spirit, gratitude, joy, light as possible at this time. Messages. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Death card in the reverse. This is rebirth, rest and rejuvenation, restore, making a beeline into the self. Could be self-reliance, an opportunity when you rely on your own. It'll help you come out of negativity. You will be able to continue to grow, the Seven of Pentacles, and that will lead you to the union that you seek, is what it's saying. Wow. And also, it feels like it's saying that if you feel like things have been slow, this is coming across as like for single people, not to worry. There's an Ace of Pentacle coming, and it has the Lover's card with it. So I do see some union. Ace of Pentacle makes me think of before the year's out. It also makes me think of, could be Capricorn energy, I think is the closest energy that we're at. That's usually around the new year. So you might have a new year love or a love by the end of the year. Ace of Pentacle represents a year. Spirit, anything else? An opportunity for love. Can you imagine can you believe it? We're in November. I remember last year when I was celebrating New Year's with Miley Cyrus. What the fuck? Can't believe that flew by. That's insane. I'll do it again. Love it. Six of Wands in the reverse, staying on immorality, divine timing. Wow. Yeah, to me it says that like you're on the right track. Yeah. That's what all this I think says. That you're on the right track. Very cool. Wow. Very cool. Find your balance. You fight for it. You fought for it. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. Love you guys.